Megan Hicks of I Run Far, and I'm here in Chamonix, France at the starting line of the 2015 Ultra-Trail du Mont-Blanc. I'm here with Stephanie Howe.
Hi.
Hi! I just got here. You've been here all month.
I have. It's been really nice.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm recharged, I'm happy, and yeah, it's been really good.
So the last time we saw you was at the finish line of Western States just about 2 months ago exactly, after you had to work really hard to finish third that day.
I had a really tough day.
Talk about the last 2 months. What's been going on?
So I've been basically digging myself out of the hole that I put myself in at Western States, and I arrived here August 1st.
Okay.
And kind of my plan was to take July to just recover, and then once I got here to do some training for a couple weeks and then kind of taper into the race. And that didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
The race took a lot more out of me than I thought, mentally and physically, and I kind of just turned a corner a week ago, and now I'm feeling great again, but it took me kind of that long to get back to baseline. So I've been doing a lot of resting and eating croissants and some runs, but nothing real long, just kind of familiarizing myself with the terrain.
I want to ask you more about digging yourself out of that recovery, that place. I think that's a familiar place for a lot of people after a 100-miler.
Yes.
Like, you know, you take your month of recovery, you think you're starting training, and you realize that mentally and physically you're not ready for it.
Yes.
But yet you have this impending goal, this next race. Like, how do you mentally process that? How do you deal with it? How did you deal with it?
So it was kind of, I wasn't really sure at first. I was like, maybe I should just train through this and I will come out on the other side, because I have this huge race coming up that I don't think it's smart to not train for. But I thought about that, and I wasn't going to feel any better by running. So to me it was like, I just need to rest until I feel good, and I kind of just let myself get into that headspace where it was like, I need to just let my body feel good. And it was hard at first, you know, like there's some people here from the US and they were doing these big training runs, and I just had to say no. And there was a couple days where I didn't leave my apartment, and I just rested and
put your feet up,
put my feet up, and just kind of let my body do what it needed to do. And once I just kind of accepted the fact that this is where I'm at, like there's no, I can't train to get out of this, I need to just get healthy basically, it was okay. And it's kind of been really freeing this whole month, because I just kind of go off feel. Like I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what do I want to do today? Do I want to go for a run? Do I want to do yoga? Do I want to sit and eat a croissant? And it's just kind of been like dictated by how I feel, and that's very different than how I normally train. So it was a little interesting thinking about, okay, this is my preparation for a big 100-mile race, but I think it's been good. And I think it's been good to take that approach rather than to just try to push through it.
Push.
Because I think a lot of people do that, and then they just dig further and further, and then you get, you know, really long, you know, maybe like 6 months to a year of just feeling really fatigued. So I'm hoping that I avoided that by taking it real easy.
So you've had a month here in the Chamonix Valley.
Yes.
I mean, many trail runners, when they think of this valley, they think of coming here to do work, to play hard, to run up and down mountains. But this is also a vacation destination for people from all over the world. Like, once you converted to that mindset, did you embrace the vacation qualities of this place?
It's been great. I mean, I'm working while I'm here, but it's so nice. Like, I can work from a cafe, and the vacation part is really nice, and it's a different pace of life here. You know, it's just everything is much slower and more relaxed, and I really enjoy that. I think I get caught up in just like go, and being here and just kind of knowing that I'm sort of on vacation, it's just been really like, I can like really take this in and not worry so much about training and recovering, and just kind of be.
Just be a little bit.
Yeah.
So you've had a little bit of time to just be and relax here, but now it is race week.
It is race week.
And there are runners accumulating in the streets of Chamonix, and the energy is increasing. The Petit Trot de Lyon started yesterday, so one of the UTMB sister races started off. Can you feel the energy increasing? Oh
yeah, I mean, just in terms of the number of people. When I first got here, there was a lot of people, but I could walk down the street and I wouldn't know anyone, and it was kind of great. But now it's just like everyone is here, like all the runners are all over, and it's exciting. There's definitely like a buzz about the air. Just, you know, there's this week of festivities and races, and it is really exciting. A little nerve-wracking as well. It's kind of like, wow, it's actually here. But yeah, it's good, and I feel like I can comprehend doing this race now.
Like being here, there's like the tangible element that came around in some way.
Yeah, like the first couple runs I did when I arrived, I was like, there's no way. Like, this is gonna just destroy me. But now I'm like, okay, like I can see it. It's gonna be really, really hard, but I think I can do it, which is good.
You are one of the women who, on paper, I think could win this.
I'd like to think if I had a good day.
The women's competition this year is, every year it goes up a little bit, a little bit. It's a really great field.
It is a good field.
And it hasn't lost any of its top runners.
No, everyone.
The pre-race week losses aren't there.
Yeah, everyone's racing.
How do you face a field like that? This is a good field.
It is a really good field, and so I have a little bit of, I'm naive going into this, and I kind of like being in that position. I don't really know what to expect, so it takes the pressure off me a little bit. A lot of these women I haven't raced before, so it's also, I don't know how I stack up against them. It's a very different race course, and honestly, I haven't thought much about the competition. I've more been focusing on me and the course, how I'm going to get myself around this mountain, because that in itself is going to be a pretty big journey.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to go out there and race with some of them. I think my race tactics are slightly different. I don't think I'll be at the front early on. That's just not my style, and especially in something like this that I don't know. There's a lot of unknown. I don't want to blow up.
Yeah.
Like that. I just need a happy race. Like Western States is still a little fresh. That hurt, and I just don't want to do that to myself.
It's like taking your traditional style to kind of sit back and let things play out a little bit and then do your thing later in races is a little bit easier to do in the American racing environment.
Yes,
it's just less intense, and there are fewer people rocketing off the front. But how are you going to actually do that when it comes to Friday night and you're running like that first basically road 5K and people are running at like 6:20 pace?
Yeah.
How are you going to say it's okay to be in 100th place or 80th place?
I think I'm just not going to bite on that. I think in my mind I'm a little bit terrified of this race, or a healthy respect. That's a better way to say it. So I think, to me, if I was running that fast, I would know that. I wouldn't be thinking. It would just be me going, and I'm not that kind of person. I do think when I race a little bit. I don't get caught up in the excitement. So I'm totally fine with letting people go. But there is going to be a part of me, I want to be able to race later on. So it's how much I'm going to let them go, because like you said, it's different. They're going to be up there and they'll be racing together, and that's going to be real hard for me to catch back up to later on. So I'm going to have to feel it out a little bit. I definitely won't go beyond my comfort zone. Like if they're taking off too fast, I'll just sit back, but I'm going to try to be within contact.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay. I don't know.
Well, you've had some time to get to know this course.
Yeah.
Probably in person, on paper in some places, hiking, running, all of it. What are some things you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to the hiking.
Okay.
It's maybe not my strength, but to me it just breaks it up, and I'm looking forward to not just being on the whole time, like kind of going, taking a break, not a break, but hiking, changing up the pace. And I've only done about 20 miles of the course.
Okay.
2 sections.
Wow.
So it's all going to be kind of new, and I wanted a little bit of that. Like I'm familiar with the terrain. I've trained around in the valley here, in Chamonix on the mountains, but the course is going to be a little bit new, and I wanted that element of surprise, because when you get to a top of a peak, that's a really cool feeling to be able to like see the views, and if I already know what's coming up, it's a little bit less exciting during a race. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk a few moments about gear, because this is a gear heavy race.
It is.
Poles or no poles?
No poles.
No poles.
Nope.
And there's a lot of required kit.
Yes.
So are you working to pare your kit down as light as possible, or are you just taking what you think you're going to need?
I have have a little of both. I'm picking the lightest options that are still functional.
Okay.
Because if I get stuck in a rainstorm, I don't want something that's not going to work.
Right.
I don't want to get cold. I want to have everything I need. So I tend to pack a little heavier than normal, or than other people, I guess. So I'm probably a little bit on the heavier side, but lighter for my choices. So I don't know. I have light stuff, but it's going to be functional too.
So, like your rain kit, you're a North Face runner, so are you using the Featherlight or the Stormy?
I have the Stormy,
Okay.
And I love that. That's what I'll wear. And then I have the Verto jacket that folds up, and I'll have that in my pack as my extra jacket. And then I have capris and arm sleeves and lots of stuff just in case. So I'm going to carry hand warmers in case my hands get cold. Yeah.
I always like hearing from you with regard to your nutrition plan and the food that you eat. Racing in Europe, there are some interesting offerings that are going to be at the aid stations. Are you going to partake? Are you going to use your own stuff, all the Cliff delicious new products?
I'm still trying to figure out the exact plan, but my tentative plan is carry Cliff products in my pack, and that's going to be the bulk of my nutrition. But then at the aid stations, I'm going to take whatever looks good. I'm kind of excited about that. It's going to be a cooler day, and knock on wood, I usually have a good stomach. Unless it's hot, then I seem to have trouble eating. But if it's cool, I think I can eat pretty much anything. So I'm excited to kind of see the buffet, to use that as like a supplement.
Awesome.
So I think that'll be a good combination, and I'm hoping that like a croissant sounds good. 'Cause to me, it sounds good right now.
Sounds really good right now.
So racing might be a different story, but I don't know. I think I'll have some of the weird stuff. I kind of like it.
Well, awesome. Best of luck to you this weekend.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you make the loop around Mont Blanc.
Me too, and hopefully with a smile.
Yeah, hope so too. Thanks, Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you.